A 1, 2, 3.
Coverage YouTube channel. YouTube's darkest videos. All
This
of
Nick
his
Crowley
series
nigga, I'm
are
done with
fucking
his ass.
amazing.
He got some shit on him, bro.
This is scary. Can we not watch this? It's gonna be scary, yes. Probably disturbing more than anything.
August 5th,
Nexpo, yeah.
2011.
Wendigoon as well.
I'm sick of
They also have a
voicing
good
the creeps,
podcast,
boy.
Creepcast.
I should
The
turn
channel
lights
appears
off,
on
huh?
YouTube serving as a promotional page for an up-and-coming company called Aviloop.
Oh my God! Sorry, off topic, y'all. We haven't talked about it. I seeing this reminded me of it. Spirit Airlines doesn't exist anymore. Oh, what? In one day they go.
Wait,
sorry,
whoa,
we're
when
gonna
did this shit drop? Oh, this is 3 days ago. Banger. All right, come on.
cancel all of our flights. We're in the gutter. Wow. Also, fuck Spirit Airlines. Fuck Spirit Airlines.
Wait, why do niggas keep hating on Spirit Airlines? Yo, Spirit Airlines was holding niggas down. Sometimes the tickets was mad cheap. You gotta go somewhere, like, why niggas shitting on Spirit Airlines? Alright, bro.
Oh my God, fuck Spirit Airlines.
Shit.
I understand they provided cheap flights, which was awesome, but my God, flying Spirit was like actually hitting yourself in the head with a hammer. Literally
what was wrong with it, though?
unreal.
I don't think I ever fly
no
Spirit.
room.
I don't
Chat.
fly, bro.
If you are
at
above
all.
5'5", sitting on a Spirit Airlines flight is actually like getting crammed into a suitcase. So bad.
And that
I think that's why I don't relate to that shit. Because the last time I flew, I was like, I don't even think I was in middle school yet. Or maybe I was. Maybe I was like 11 or some shit. I think so. Rather 11 or I was in elementary. And I wasn't even 10 yet on some shit. That's probably why.
boasted unbeatable
I
deals in
didn't
the
really
world
see
of
a problem
But
with
they went too
shit.
cheap. Yeah, but that is the shitty part. You don't want that competition to cease to exist. Ryanair does it a lot better, though. Ryanair does a great job at being cheap.
promotional page for an up-and-coming company called Aviloop, a brand that boasted unbeatable deals in the world of aviation. That same day,
Hell
4 videos
yeah,
were uploaded.
bro. I keep
each
seeing that shit around. Are you scared about that shit or no? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how dangerous that shit is. I don't want to know. I will not get that shit. Amen. But yeah, like, why do I keep hearing about that shit? And why do the most random bullshit keep happening? Bro, niggas are gonna, like, it's just gonna cause another, like, problem, another pandemic if they don't, like, take the right precautions and shit. But then again, 40% mortality rate? What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's not it. That's actually terrible. Yo, bro.
Facing young women dressed as flight attendants, detailing some of the
They
many
need to keep
services
that
that
shit
Aviloop
away,
provided.
bro.
These would be the only videos ever uploaded to the channel, as from that moment on, the page was abandoned, giving Aviloop a lifespan of just 1 day. The 1 day is all it would take to set in motion a mystery that remains unsolved to this very day.
For some
A
reason.
mystery surrounding the company at the core of this channel and the services that it allegedly provided, with no one being able to answer
That
the
means that them niggas probably gonna be test subjects. And then, niggas gonna come in with the, what's the shit called? Them injections and shit, a vaccine. I'm telling you, my nigga, they gonna come up with a fast ass vaccine like how they did COVID. It was like 4 months before they got a vaccine for that shit, huh? To evade that shit, they probably gonna cut it to 2. Probably even 1, my nigga.
simple question.
Shit.
What was Aviloop? And the more you search for answers, the more deranged this trail becomes. This is the story of Aviloop,
What the fuck
YouTube's
is
darkest
that?
mystery.
Bro, how does he find these fucking...
I don't even
How does
know,
he
bro.
find this shit? Are viewers sending this stuff in? He probably has a team of researchers that are, like, looking into stuff, too. Like, I guarantee you he probably has, like, people that he has to pay. Yeah, but I think... Somebody said Reddit as well. I think, yeah, he's probably finding some stuff maybe on, like, Reddit or fucking 4chan or, like, certain forums. But, like, a lot of it's probably like, hey, this is a weird YouTube channel. Check it out. And then it goes down, like, a fucking rabbit hole.
And then you gotta actually do more research on the shit. Fuck, that's a lot, bro. Doing a lot of research on disturbing shit, I'm good, bro. Overly good. I feel so tired right now, yo.
Welcome
Holy
to
shit,
Aviloop,
I don't know why.
your collective find website for anything aviation.
The formula for Aviloop's content was simple. A young woman stands in front of a static white background dressed in a flight attendant's outfit. They refer to themselves as deal attendants, and their job seems to be sharing information about this new brand, Aviloop.
We offer deals on flight lessons, pilot accessories,
fuel, FBO services, charter flights, and even small aircraft.
You don't
I mean, it's a disturbing video, I guess, but like it's disturbing because he's putting this like the filter over it right now.
And
like
then the sound,
I'm wondering
the
how
audio.
this takes a dark turn because off rip, it kind of just looks like women that are taking like, you know, maybe a $200 fucking payday to show up, wear a flight attendant outfit in front of a green screen and just go, hey, you could fucking find airlines with this website that we have.
see that very often.
The brand marketed a number of unique aviation-related services, making them appear as a one-stop shop for anyone in the industry or just anyone interested in flying. Aviloop claimed to do it all, and at unbeatable prices too.
Our deals are usually 50 to 90% off.
Promoting deals of 50 to 90% off.
Damn.
90%.
Yeah, 90% off is a steal, nigga. You fly across the country for 90% off, my nigga. Holy shit, boy. Nigga, you better take that deal, nigga.
Off. Okay.
There gotta be something wrong,
I was
though.
gonna say, if you have a business that just started and you're like, well, we have great deals. Everything's 90% off. It's not 90% off. That's your regular price. Or are they saying they're getting you flight lessons for 90% off?
9%
We'll
off.
see where it
Promoting
takes
deals
us,
of
man.
50 to
I low-key wanted to
90%
play
off.
COD.
It hardly seems like anything mysterious, just your standard subpar ad from the early 2010s. But the more you watch, the less clear it becomes what exactly Aviloop did. They left their business incredibly vague. There were no prices, no locations, and rather they just listed a bunch of flying buzzwords, offered
Here
at
we
deals
go
that
with this
seemed
nigga.
impossible. For example, they list
Nigga,
fuel
wait,
supply
how do
among
you
their
always
offerings.
have that shit
but how are
on
they
go?
actually
Where do you
getting the
find
fuel
this at?
and
Do you
providing
have
it
that
at
shit in your notes or
Because they're
something?
giving you
Yo,
like
what the
you're an
fuck?
airline that wants to buy like you're American Airlines and you're like, oh, Aviloop's gonna sell me fuel
I'll
for
put y'all, like,
90%
right here.
off. What did you just get a fucking oil keg off the coast of Iran? Like where the fuck are you getting? Where are you getting the oil from? How is it 90% off?
50 to 90% off. And where in the country or even the world are they offering it? It just doesn't seem realistic. What they're saying sounds fine on the surface, but the more you think about it, the less sense it really makes. It just seems too good to be true. Not to mention how bizarre it is that this unknown company could come in and offer literally anything you could want that's flying related, with such exorbitant deals. Admittedly though, this is easy enough to ignore, and play off as an ineffective or even deceitful advertisement. But there was something else that was much harder to ignore about these commercials. With that being, the deal attendants themselves. Despite Aviloop claiming to be a professional aviation business,
Yeah, they're clearly wearing like Spirit Halloween outfits. Like this isn't like an actual flight attendant uniform. They're wearing like really cheap costumes.
You can
it's
tell
difficult not to notice how cheap these women's outfits appear.
Yeah.
They're clearly costumes rather than real flight attendant uniforms, and they're clearly over-sexualized too. There's
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like but I don't know if that's for the purpose of like trying to gain clicks. You know
You
what I
think
mean?
now's the time, my nigga? Are you serious? Alex, you think now's the time? Alright.
Like companies will just get really attractive women to wear scandalous outfits, so you watch the video.
essentially dressed as fetishized versions of actual flight attendants, which is bizarre as one of the services that Aviloop claims to provide is staffing for flight crews, which would include actual flight
POV Hooters. Well, Hooters waitresses, it's actually technically like a modeling job.
This is like a
so they get a
what's the nigga name again? He basically he does research on a lot of disturbing shit and finds the craziest stories, bro. I forgot his name, but he be doing that shit, and Joe reacts to that shit. So we just watching this, bro.
around the loophole of being able to discriminate based off looks.
I keep forgetting his name.
Like Hooters,
He probably has them in the description, doesn't he? No. Aviloop.
won't hire
Wait, no. The whole thing is called Aviloop. I forgot the actual nigga's name, though.
you if you're ugly, and you can't do that for a waitressing job. That's like discrimination. but it's technically like a modeling job. Like I think you just submit like your face shots or something, and then they hire you off that. So it's like they're legally allowed to deny you if they don't think you are attractive.
Don't know. Don't ask me.
Attendance. Yet, for whatever reason,
Same thing with OnlyFans. Well, no, you could be the ugliest person of all time and show hole on OnlyFans. You don't get hired on OnlyFans.
they chose to dress these girls in seductive costumes. If they were trying to make these advertisements look professional, they were failing miserably. And it wasn't only the outfits that had a strange sexual undertone to them. It was also the script that the girls were reading.
Whether you want to learn to fly, charter an airplane, or just see more girls like me,
Or to see more girls like me.
Aviloop can help.
Aviloop can help.
It's a fucking porn site. I'm not, literally, this is the most confusing business.
So what are you waiting for, Captain?
And remember Top Gun? Clearly.
Y'all niggas' phones been getting cooked, huh? Alex shit was fucked up too, I remember. And now your shit cooked? I'm not gonna lie. It's an epidemic game.
Your attractiveness
I think it's at 2 minutes. Alright, when you get this message, say 9.
belt.
Bizarrely, the videos themselves were filled with sexual innuendos.
Anyone who claims that humans were not meant to fly never experienced the
Oh,
thrill
yeah,
of their
shit
own
done. That
successful
shit done.
landing. Get ready to fly big boy
my God.
airplanes.
They were clearly trying to be more
Bro, what? Bro, what?
Bro,
Get
god
ready
damn,
to
he
fly
still ain't say
big boy
shit.
airplanes.
Yeah, his shit cooked. His shit
Who's
cooked.
watching this and going, oh,
Chef
yeah, I wanna
Boy
sign up.
more than a little flirty, which goes hand in hand with the outfits that they were donning.
Oh my god.
Now, some might argue that this was a sign of the times. In
I'm not gonna lie,
2011,
Friday
edgy and
game.
over-sexualized marketing was still very much in the norm,
Alright.
with several
Yeah.
major companies building their entire brands around the approach. But the only problem here is that the videos made it unclear what Aviloop was even supposed to be offering. Despite saying
My
a lot,
language
the lack of
is
details
crazy,
made
that
it
would
entirely
kick me out.
ineffective. Like the business itself was an
Just had to
afterthought,
reset my Twitch,
with the
I
focus
froze.
instead being
This really feels like an
Twitch
ad
on
that
mobile
would be
is
a pop.
nah. Twitch on mobile is the greatest thing ever. Woohoo! But come on, Dan, we gotta speed this shit up for my niggas, bro. This shit not it. This shit is not it, bro. Target's delayed like 45 seconds. Alex shit was getting cooked for the past 3 days. Blaze shit freezing. Come on, bro. We gotta lock in. Fuck with you, Dan. For me, I'm always gonna be on Twitch. You feel me? We like these. We gonna beat this 365, and y'all niggas gonna give me 1 million subs. But bro, like, come on, we gotta lock in. We gotta lock in.
Up
Bro.
on the side of a porn video that, like, if you click it, it installs malware.
You know
being on
that.
these women. In
Yes.
fact, even in the channel's description, they simply wrote, "Meet Aviloop deal attendants." This is the official page for a brand new company trying to promote its services. And that's all they had to say. That's how they marketed their entire
I
company.
mean, they have a website.
Making some wonder what was actually the role of these deal attendants, and what was actually the purpose of Aviloop.
Oh my god, is this a sex trafficking ring?
That's what I
The
was
first and
thinking,
most
but I didn't
likely-
want to say that shit. That's like the vibes that this shit is giving off, bro. Switching. I can't say that. Nah, W Twitch though. I fuck with y'all, Evie.
At this point is that Aviloop was an overambitious company that used over-sexualized marketing to build intrigue around its brand, at a time when others were doing the same thing to great success. Maybe they weren't even off the ground yet and overpromising on services that they hoped to one day be able to provide. But for the time being, we're just throwing out there to get more people to visit their website. But with such
Yeah,
Stop
throw
saying
in
all
a
you'll
focus
see,
on these deal
creeping me
attendants,
out.
and just
She's
Seen
bad.
a lot of
Alright, my
spam,
fault.
spoilers, and paragraphs.
how
Spoilers
strange
and
these videos
paragraphs.
come
Don't read the
across,
chat, y'all.
some were left with a different theory.
Tell me to say
That
something
rather than Aviloop
oh my
using
God,
sex
you
to
getting too
sell
much
their
money.
service,
You was that fast?
maybe
Alright,
sex was their service.
Say 8. Nah, say 9. Fuck that shit.
The
Then why the hell's the whole spiel about, like, flying and selling fuel and
Ah.
pilot lessons?
theory goes that Aviloop was a front for pornography or even prostitution, poorly hidden under the guise of this fake
9? That
aeronautics
was like
company.
10
This
seconds,
would
10,
explain the
13
prominence of
seconds.
these deal attendants, as they themselves may have been the actresses or prostitutes. And it also explains the lack of information about the company itself, as the reason their deals and services don't seem to make any sense was because they weren't actually offering them. It was all just a cover-up. And honestly, just going off the eye test, this is how the page comes across. But there are other details that make this theory a lot more compelling.
Bro, it
For
makes,
starters, in
bro,
numerous
it
videos,
feels like they getting forced to say this shit. This shit, why are you saying 6'7"? And why is this nigga saying 43? Yo, what is going on? Tell me to say something now. Sky. Shit. I don't know.
videos, they mention an unusual feature
Whoa, hold on, nigga. That was 3 seconds. You getting too much money for me. You getting too much money for
of
me.
the website that users can vote for their favorite
That was
deal
like,
attendant.
nah, that
and
was
win
like 2 seconds. I'm
prizes
not
as a
even trolling.
result.
That shit
You
was
can
like
even vote
these.
for your favorite deal attendant and win
Better than
special
mine.
prizes.
Alex, your
With one
turn.
of the-
Hold on. Nah, Blaze and Alex. As soon as you get this message, hold on. Say 9. Oh, damn, it's over then. It's cooked. 9? Your shit, like, okay. So your shit like 3 seconds, Blaze shit like 5 seconds. Nah, Alex, your shit like 4. Blaze like 5, 6. You feel me? Alright, so, damn, that's how it works? I didn't even know that. So the lower the quality, the faster the shit translates. I didn't even know that. That's interesting. Nah, he's talking about some 6ix9ine. Holy shit.
Didn't even make sense.
Who
Who wrote
at
this
least
script?
it's not
You didn't even
si-
vote for your favorite deal attendant. You vote for your
I'm too
favorite
old
deal
for that
attendant
shit.
and
I
win
gotta
special
chill.
prizes. Do you win a
not
prize
so
for
aki
voting
as
for a
fuck.
tenant? It actually doesn't really feel like a
Watch the video. I'm watching the
prostitution
video.
ring to me.
I'm
This
literally watching the
feels
video.
like a cam
Anyways.
girl site. This feels like you would get on the site, join, and it would be like them in this uniform, and you pay them, and they'll like get naked or something. Like that's what this is.
These special prizes later being
Yeah, like a chatterbait or like some sort of live naked service.
What the
revealed to be a
fuck?
one-on-one
Nah, these niggas
video
know too much about why he know about that. Chill.
call with one of these
That
deal
shit not it.
attendants. This shows
Hooter
that the
Joe
deal
speaking
attendants
facts,
weren't
holy
just
shit,
for
rank
marketing.
jerk
They
me.
were a
Wow,
core
yeah,
part
that's
of the
not it.
services offered to
Wait, why did he say
users,
yeah?
making
Alright.
one wonder what was actually happening on those video calls. And was it perhaps something sexual? And it goes even deeper than that.
But that's not technically illegal, right?
Tell you to say
I
something
mean, if
again.
you're a registered like that's not illegal. Like that's not prostitution.
For the 9.
As there's a reason why I
that's
mentioned
too long, though,
prostitution
huh?
specifically in this theory, with that reason being a line
Fuck it.
mentioned in one of these videos.
Alright, that was like
Purchase this deal.
that was like
you
3
must hold
seconds.
at least a private
Blaze
pilot
was like
license
4.
and a current medical
You feel
certificate.
me?
Don't miss
Nah,
out
I'm not
and
gonna
click
lie,
on
nah. That was like 2
What?
seconds. I'm dead ass. Turk was like 2 seconds, Blaze was like 3.
Hold at least a private
Damn,
pilot
y'all
license.
niggas
mentioned
Wi-Fi
in one of
fast as
these
fuck.
videos.
Purchase this deal. You must
Okay,
hold
I
at least
get
a
too
private
much
pilot
money.
license and a current medical certificate. Don't miss out and
I'm
click
watching
on
the
that big blue
video.
button.
Why do you
You
keep
know
saying
you
watch
want
the video?
to.
I'm watching the
The
video.
deal attendant mentions that
I'm
all
literally watching
customers
the
needed
video.
to provide an up-to-date medical certificate.
And have a pilot's license.
Interesting.
What?
Now, this isn't something that's necessarily
No, I'm
unheard of
paying
in the
attention, I'm
aviation
paying attention,
world,
I'm
but it
paying
certainly
attention.
isn't the norm,
Anyways.
at least from what I could tell. But in the context of this theory,
Oh my god, are they gonna like harvest your fucking kidneys, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Is this like they're like roping you in with sex and then they fucking knock your ass out and steal your organs? Holy.
it makes perfect sense. If they truly were operating
Interesting.
some sort
Medical is needed for a private pilot's license.
of
So
prostitution
it does make sense.
ring, then their customers having an up-to-date medical certificate would be imperative to preventing the spread of STDs.
Yeah, nigga.
It's strange enough to make this theory feel legitimately possible, but even if it wasn't true, it seems obvious that there
Wait, I didn't see what the shit
Make the-
said. Aviloop was a pornography site hub for prostitution disguised as an airline company. What the fuck is that? It looked like orientation. I don't. That's a word.
this theory feel legitimately possible, but even if it wasn't true, it seems obvious that there was
That's just one of the
something
theories?
off with this channel, and we haven't even discussed the strangest part of it all.
What's the strange part of it? Blah, blah,
In a
blah,
few
blah.
videos, you can hear unusual sounds in the background.
Oh
And you
god.
want to add multi-engine to your pretty green license. This is your opportunity.
What the fuck was that? What does that sound like, y'all? A dog, right? Nah, these people are being held, bro. They're being held.
to do it at
I'm telling you, they being forced to make this video. And they got dogs to make sure, like, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
50% off. Add
like a
multi-engine
A squeegee noise?
to your pretty green license. This is your opportunity.
Again.
I feel like I want to pull up this channel.
See. Niggas got balls. Niggas got balls, bro. Big ass balls. Cause what the fuck are you... Nigga, is that fucking Rick? Pickle Rick?
Should we pull up the channel?
Wait, didn't I search that shit up?
I want to like
that shit not
watch
there.
one of these because it seems like it's like a
It's not. There's no way that shit's
video,
still there.
dude.
That shit not there.
How many years ago is this?
Too long.
This was 6 years ago.
7.
Welcome to
Not the time.
Aviloop.
They're
your
still
collective
up?
buying website for anything aviation.
Yo, am I crazy or does this shit look like AI?
We offer deals on flight lessons, pilot accessories, fuel,
372 comments,
FBO
nigga.
services,
Free
Why is it like
posts.
140p?
Fuck out of
charter
here, boy.
flights, and even small
Stop playing with
aircraft.
me, nigga.
Our deals are usually
Nigga, that's some shit I don't want to get involved in. That's a sign. I'm not even trolling. I'm good.
50 to 90% off.
Oh.
That means whether you want to learn to fly, charter an airplane, or to see more girls like me,
fuck?
Aviloop can help. You can even
I don't
vote
even
for
know
your
what that
favorite deal
means.
attendant and win special prizes. Our membership is completely free. Our deals are unbeatable. And there's
Membership is free? With crazy ass 90% deals? My nigga, come on, bro.
no catch. So what are you waiting for, Captain? Subscribe to our newsletter and get in the loop.
Hi, welcome to Cole's
Nigga
Flight
said
School on
repost too.
Aviloop.com.
Goodness me.
My name is Ashley, and I'm your deal
Bro, what the
attendant.
fuck? Why her shit so
Anyone
open,
who
nigga?
claims that humans were not meant to fly never experienced the thrill of their own successful landing.
Is there
If
any
you've
animals?
been bitten by the flying bug and you want to add multi-engine to your pretty green license, this is your opportunity to
Yo, what is that noise in the back?
It's like a
Yo,
dog, bro.
what is that noise?
engine to your
Where my
pretty green
eyes at?
license.
No, I close my eyes to deeply listen to shit, so I know what I'm like listening to. I do that a lot. I don't know why I do that shit, but you feel me? When I'm trying to really focus and I gotta like hear some shit, especially in a certain direction, you know where that all stemmed from? One time I was on this field trip, right? And look, damn, I look sexy as fuck with blue. Blue make my shit pop, huh? That's purple, but gang, like my it was like this camping trip. They did this little thing where like they had a bell, and alright, so let's say this is a bell, alright? They would like do this, like alright, everybody close their eyes, my nigga. They would do shit like this, and then like be like point to where you hear the sound. So it would be like, alright. This looks stupid as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, but gang, it would be on some shit like that. So I'm like, I failed that bitch, by the way. I got cooked in that shit. That shit was not for me, but yeah, bro. That's all I had to tell y'all niggas. Why didn't you close your eyes? Peeping what? I did nothing. I just...
This is your opportunity to do it at 50% off.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a dog.
You don't
It's
see
a
that
dog.
Oh, it
very
kind of sounds
often.
like a dog whining.
This is your opportunity to do it at 50% off.
No, it doesn't sound like a moan. It doesn't sound like a dog toy either. It sounds like a dog going, oh. Like when Daisy wants a blueberry, she'll make that noise.
You don't see that very often.
Why are they're saying someone moaning?
Today's deal includes all the necessary ground school and 15 hours of multi-engine flight training. Get ready to fly big boy airplanes. To purchase this deal,
It's a fucking porn site, dude. I mean, like, there is literally nothing. I just don't see
I
how
was
this could be
trying to
anything
focus.
else.
You can't hear that shit.
to your
I don't...
pretty
That sounds more of a dog than
license.
someone moaning, bro.
This is
That's a dog.
Oh my god, it is moaning. Wait, slow down. It actually sounds like moaning.
your green license. This is
That's a fucking dog. No, it's not. That does not sound like that shit at all. Dog, right? What y'all think? Dog, right? It's like a dog
In the
crying.
background, you can
It's a... You think so? I just can't hear it. I can't hear it.
hear what
I
appears
can't
to
hear
be
it.
someone
It
moaning
just sounds like a
It
dog.
could be a dog. It could be
It
a
just
dog.
sounds like
in
a
a
dog
blatantly
to me.
sexual manner,
this
which was loud enough for even the deal attendant to take notice. It's very unusual, and certainly not a sound that could just accidentally happen on a typical film set, which makes it all the stranger that another inexplicable noise was heard in the
You
background.
didn't hear that shit just now?
Notice. It's very
It could be a dog. It could be a dog.
in a blatantly
Listen.
sexual manner.
this
Nigga, that's like a dog. Someone moaning? I don't hear it.
which was loud enough
I
for
don't
even
hear
the
it,
deal
bro.
attendant to take
No,
notice.
not shout. Nobody
It's
moaning.
very
No,
unusual,
no,
and certainly not a sound that could just accidentally happen on a typical film set, which makes it
I
all the
can't
stranger
hear
that
a
another
girl at
inexplicable
all.
noise was heard in the background of a different video. And this one left viewers far more distressed.
You want to learn to fly, charter an airplane, or to see more girls
Listen,
like
y'all.
me. Aviloop can help.
Alright, that was a nigga saying, oh! I heard that shit. That was a nigga. That was a nigga. That one was a nigga for sure. See, you could tell. Alright, now that shit gonna make me look crazy. The first one was a dog. This is a nigga though. That's a whatever the fuck that was. Let me go back. Listen.
Charter an airplane, or to see more girls like me. Aviloop can help.
Oh my god, that
That's
was a
a nigga.
man.
Or to
That's
see
a
more
nigga.
girls like me. Aviloop can help. Or to see more girls like me. Aviloop can help.
I'll see. Stop
Some
saying
believe
that
that
shit,
this is
nigga.
yet
I don't
another
want to see
sexual
that shit.
moan,
Hell,
while others
fuck
swear
wrong,
That
nigga.
one definitely is.
they can hear a
That's the
specific
nigga.
word. The word
Word.
help.
I need to hear
Help?
help.
Why would they post that shit then?
No, it just sounds like somebody going,
Yeah.
It's incredibly concerning, especially if this prostitution theory is true. I mean, there's just so many implications to it.
Given the link between prostitution and human trafficking,
But again, this could all be part of the marketing. Maybe this was all just a ploy to get people to visit their website, roping you in with these sexualized, creepy, and even concerning videos that almost demand that you dig deeper.
yeah, but it got like no view. Like I'm saying, I don't understand. Like they posted this. This is like a 300 subscriber YouTube channel. Like,
Well, if this is the case, then surely visiting their
oh my god, I was posted in 2011. What we were watching was a re-upload.
website would help put this mystery to bed. At the time these videos were uploaded back in 2011,
Niggas was
those
really
visiting the Aviloop website would be met with a rather lackluster experience.
What the fuck
the
is this?
homepage
This
was
weak
dull
ass
and
website. Nigga, I can make a better
Holy
website than
dude,
this
This
bullshit.
is actually like the worst website ever.
Yeah, this shit
uninviting,
ass.
and seemed about as vague as the videos promoting it. However, they did have an About section that attempted to describe the service more in depth. There, they mentioned that the primary goal of Aviloop
They offer deals to pilots, aircraft owners, jet setters, and aviation enthusiasts. Find deals for flight lessons, type ratings, uniforms, aviation magazines, navigation equipment, headsets, pilot, vacations, books, instructional videos, and aviation museums. Yeah.
was safety, as they believed that making training and other aeronautic services more accessible could in
There is no catch. Says anything.
turn help
Alright?
prevent accidents, which strangely was never even hinted at in their videos, and is never mentioned again on any other portion of the website. But it was in this About tab that they listed even more services that they claimed to provide. Services like navigation equipment, headsets, and pilot vacations, among many
fuck?
other things.
Would y'all ever, like, try to
basically
fly a
anything
plane?
even remotely related to flying, they sold it, or at least claimed to. And they insisted that they did so cheaper than anywhere else, by using collective bargaining, a process that they would go into greater detail about. Basically, Aviloop acts as a third party,
Never.
partnering with aviation businesses to promote unique
I feel like it
deals
would
on
be
their
on some
site.
like cool shit to like learn how to fly a plane, but like obviously you have a like two pilots next to you, just to like instruct you on some shit. But then you can like pull a few buttons and shit if you want, like on some swag shit though. I feel like that's a great learning experience, my nigga. Imagine taking your girl on a date and you're flying the plane. Is that dangerous? Hell yeah. That's probably hard though. You do need a license for sure, and you gotta like take classes and all that shit. I'm already knowing that. I know.
Each of these deals
It's the same way for I'm pretty sure to get a motorcycle, you could buy a motorcycle, but you have to get a motorcycle license, not just a regular license. I learned that recently, and you have to go to a motorcycle school, and they'll teach you how to do everything and all that shit. You know.
has a quota that must be hit
Which
for
is
it to
smart.
actually go through. So if enough people buy the deal, the quota is reached, and everyone gets a voucher to do or receive whatever they paid for. But
I mean, this seems like a legitimate business.
if the deal doesn't reach its quota, then everyone is refunded and the deal is voided without any cost to the users or the business. Aviloop was the middleman, which could explain how they managed to offer such impressive deals and such diverse services. Though again, this is just what they were saying, begging the question, was anything actually being sold on Aviloop.com? Well, there actually was. The deals were sorted by general
Bro,
location.
get the fuck out my face, nigga. Oh, I was about to say 14 for a flight. I was about to say, bitch, what? Alright, so look. $99 for a flight lesson. Damn. 14 for a simulator. Okay. 40% for a service flight. I don't know, whatever that means. And a simulator. Okay. 40% off. I don't know what any of that shit is, by the way. I don't know.
And most consisted of flying lessons, museum trips, or even temporary tattoos. However, there was something
temporary pilot tattoos.
Lame.
Lame. Why does it say this deal ended in 1969?
unusual about these listings. Bizarrely, almost every deal on the site was marked as completed, each having ended in 1969, which obviously was impossible.
Yeah, it could have been a glitch, though.
There were only a select few deals throughout the entire website's history that were ever even active. And even then, there didn't seem to be a way to actually purchase them.
Yo, you
This
get
end
me
date of
tight.
1969 was either some sort of glitch, or it was intentionally
Nigga
set that
cooked,
way,
bro.
as the year just so happens to be yet another sexual innuendo.
Wait,
So what should prove the
Oh my god, is that why they chose 1969?
company's legitimacy
brother.
actually only makes this company seem more suspicious. It was like they were trying to make it appear as if they were selling all these different things, yet in reality they were hardly offering anything. And what they
This also looks like a fucking sex trafficking trap here. Flying lesson for women. Guess what? Girls can fly. Aviloop brings you a 1-hour flying lesson designed specifically for women and girls. No age limit for taking your first flight lesson. You don't even have to be a math whiz.
they were offering wasn't even available for purchase. This set me on a hunt trying to find any sort of testimonials or reviews from any Aviloop customers, but strangely, I couldn't find a single one. In fact,
no,
the only
my
proof
nigga.
that I
I
could find
deadass
that
don't
anyone
know.
actually used the service
But that whole thing
was
is weird though. You feel me? Buying a lesson specifically for girls, nigga. What the fuck is the difference between for girls and for a regular what you call it lesson? You know? Stop saying that, bro.
an Aviloop patch that I found floating
keep
around on
saying that
eBay.
shit, boy.
And the only
Oh
reason
my
that this is
God, I
at
can't
all
with this nigga.
significant is
Deadass
that these
can't
badges
with
were
this.
included in
You
most
keep
of the
saying you'll
offers on the
see.
website.
I don't want to see.
But this isn't substantial
Stop
in any
saying
way,
that.
shape, or form. And it's clear that the seller wasn't actually a customer and was instead a patch collector that must have somehow obtained it. Making me question if anyone
Hold on, before we even go further to do. Hey, yo. Yeah, nah, that shit not it. Yeah, yeah, of course.
actually ever bought something from this website, and if this whole marketplace was really just a ploy. Which takes us back to that lingering theory. Just like the Aviloop channel, the website featured
So like
these
I
deal
said,
attendants,
fuck OKC.
and just like the channel,
like
they
nothing,
seem to
huh?
be the primary focus.
You don't like OKC,
Their
you don't
involvement
like
was plastered
LeBron,
all over the website,
you don't like,
with the whole business model appearing to
shit,
hinge on
Drake.
their involvement, which the site was not afraid to outwardly admit. What is the
Yo. Vote for your favorite deal attendant for a chance to win a one-on-one VIP video chat with one of the girls.
Whoa.
Bro, this is literally just this is a porn site.
not afraid to outwardly admit? What is the first thing you look for on our deal pages? We understand. Go ahead, check out our deal attendants. They sure are stunning. Vote for your favorite deal attendant for a chance to win a one-on-one
Bro, what
VIP
the fuck?
video chat with one of the girls. You will find our models are not only beautiful, but also fun and interesting
Models?
to talk to. Just have fun. Feel free to
What does
bask in the
that
glory of your
mean?
win, and be the envy of your friends. After all, not everyone gets to brag about video chatting with supermodels. The process of voting for the best deal attendant was something that they heavily pushed, going as far as to reward one voter each week with the aforementioned private video
Strong
call.
out china,
And
nigga.
when discussing these calls, they not so subtly
Nigga
hinted
like,
that they weren't just ordinary video chats.
cartoon
Rating,
Bruce Wayne.
you will be talking to real successful
talking about Joe,
fashion
by the way,
models
obviously.
with exciting backgrounds.
The
Many are
fucking
big
pictures of the
aviation
niggas that they
fans, so you
use,
will have a
bro.
lot to talk about. You never know. Vote, win, chat. You never know.
The allusion to sex was way more prevalent on the site than even on the channel.
With this line seeming to hint that winning these video calls could entail some sort of sexual encounter with the deal attendant, which only seems to bolster this theory even more. But unlike the channel, here we're at least given a bit more context as to why these women or deal attendants are being used. And according to the site, it wasn't as sinister as it seems. Under the business
Well, the thing that's really confusing is like why if this is like a sex trafficking ring.
Nah, I don't think
and
it's serial killer, but you're definitely in the range
They're
of
trying
that
to
shit.
rope people in and use these women to make
I don't
money
know what
in
the
some
fuck going
sense.
on.
It's like
but
wouldn't there be a better business model than mapping everything around the idea of a flight attendant? Like because for
Stop
you to even
saying
be
you'll
introduced
see,
to this,
my
you have to be
nigga.
some sort of like
I don't wanna
aviation nerd.
see.
It's
I
like,
don't
it
know.
just seems illogical.
Alright, bruh.
section, which is used as an
niggas.
FAQ.
Like, why would any like? It's just like, yeah, I get it's for the purpose of hiding it, but it's like, I feel like you could have picked a better profession or thing.
I won't see.
Than like,
Blaze,
we
I
sell
fuck with you.
aviation-related things.
fuck with you, bro.
I'm
I
not
fuck with
talking
you.
about airplanes.
Thank you, bro.
Like, how many fucking
God
people love talking about airplanes?
For companies wanting to promote their deals on Aviloop, they wrote, "What is the deal with deal attendance?
Some booty
As a
shaking
business, you have the option to include a professional video of one of our stunning models on your deal page for a flat fee. She will deliver a 30 to 60-second message describing your promotion. Our deal attendants are real professional models who work for high-end clients. Why should I include a deal attendant? Although our promotions get a lot of exposure, adding a deal attendant has the potential of making it viral on social media sites. Promotions that include a video tend to be extra successful." There's a lot to unpack here. For starters, this explains how Aviloop makes their money. They're basically charging companies to run ads using these deal attendants, and the videos on their channel are examples of what these ads would look like. Though calling them professional is extremely generous, and I can't imagine any companies actually wanting to use the service. And given that these are the only videos that they shared, I don't think—
know what it is, but why does it make these girls look creepy? Do these girls look creepy to you, bro? Or I'm tripping. Maybe it's just like the quality of the videos or some shit. I don't know, but some shit just making this shit look weird.
Many, if any,
you think it's just the filter?
Did. But in this explanation, Aviloop is all but admitting to using these deal attendants to rope people into visiting their website, over-sexualizing them to lure in perverted internet users, giving them false hope that they'd be able to interact with these women and maybe even sleep with them. And in exchange, these users keep—
Mind you, that's not what I was talking about. What the fuck are you saying? What are you saying?
coming back to the site under this false hope, which maybe could lead to them purchasing something.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's like, who's even clicking that shit? It's like, I mean, they run these ads for like, oh, there's a fucking...
They're running these ads, but like, it's like, my nigga, who would break this shit down to, no, not even gooners though. You gotta think about it. Gooners, they just hop on some shit and just, you mean? Gang, who's gonna decipher all this weird ass context clues, my nigga, to find out what this shit truly is? Unless there's niggas that's already trafficking and they're putting people, hold on, please, whoa. Slow down. Ha, stop saying you'll see. Yo, stop saying you'll see. Stop saying that shit. No, I'm not going to see. No.
Miles away, and somebody fucking googly eyes fucking clicks on that shit. I mean, like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Like I just don't. Like who's falling for this?
It's an insane business model, and one that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, they're claiming that this is a service for professionals and real aviation fans, for the primary reason of making our skies safer, yet they aren't actually offering anything but the prospect of talking to women. These women are the main and really only draw of the service, and even the deals that they did list seem to contradict the primary goal of this company. I mean, how would a trip to the museum help with aviation safety?
Shit interesting, man.
Sora AI. Sketty for the 3, Y for the 5, Gan, Reggie, Play, Shake, Shermie, Smear, Schmitty, H Money, and Diggy, thank you for the 3.
And how would a temporary tattoo help with that either? And on the topic of these tattoos, they're also extremely sexual in nature. They were meant to mimic pilot stripes and be put on your shirtless shoulders, with a package reading, "When a uniform just won't do," and the description adding all sorts of innuendos.
And this is a good time to point out just how strange the writing is across the
remove when the fun is over.
I read that shit
does
too.
That mean?
Like,
entire website. As here they write, "What better way to thank a pilot than by saying, 'Captain, you deserve to have your epaulets tattooed. We wish someone had these on board.'"
I don't even know what these niggas talking about. A lot of these niggas, I don't know what they talking about.
What the fuck does that mean?
Entire website.
Oh, you talking about Libby?
As here they write, "What better way to thank a pilot than by saying, 'Captain, you deserve to have your epaulets tattooed. We wish someone had these on board of the Miracle.'"
That's the person who gifted, yo.
Just imagine the look on the pilot's face if someone handed these to him. So why not keep a pair in your wallet and thank the Sully in your life for the next flight? Every safe landing deserves recognition, and this gift is sure to make their day.
I'm hungry,
this
tired.
really seems like the worst.
Am I complaining? Am I bitching? I'm bitching, huh?
Like
everything is written like this. It's not only sexual.
Just get food.
Fucking temporary epaulette tattoos.
Boy,
well, it's also nonsensical. It feels like it was written by AI at a time when AI wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
Everything about Aviloop feels wrong. The lack of any tangible goods and services, the overly convoluted business structure, and the lack of any public customers just makes this company appear so fake. But that doesn't inherently mean that they were actually involved in pornography or prostitution. I mean, despite all these innuendos, there is no direct—
There is nothing in their game for me, bro. Nothing. Nada. I probably have to make something. And I'm on 1 HP.
mention of the sale of sex anywhere on the website from what I could see. And unfortunately, much of the website is lost to time, as in 2016 the site would go down, replaced by another random URL, making it impossible—
Yo, Mr. Blueberry, thank you for the 10
now talking about some mini blue lightning and shit. They switched up the strategic
to know what this
make
platform
something
was
on
actually
stream,
like for those who signed up for it.
So
what were they
would think
actually
that
being
I
offered?
could somehow take my camera and go IRL real quick to make something for 2 seconds. You want me to make something and then come back? I'm not doing that. That's gonna take too long.
What were they discussing amongst themselves? And what happened on these video calls?
Boy,
it's all unknown, as what I've shown is pretty much all I was able to salvage from the back machine. However, Aviloop didn't stay down
forever.
So, in 2019, Aviloop.com reemerged. Only this time, it looked very different. Gone were the deals, the business model, and
am I doing that? A lot more real. This looks like an actual website.
And most importantly, the deal attendance. And in its place was what looked to be a generic template website. They still claimed to offer some of their services, but they were now left even more vague. And there was no attempt to even make it look like you could purchase anything. Even the innuendos were gone. It was quite literally as bare bones as it gets. And comes across like a sham website, void of any notable information. With one exception. There was a single new addition to the site, as at the very bottom you could find a short bio.
2019, would that be AI? That woman looks AI.
Not of a deal attendant, but of a legitimate pilot named Nadia Marinko.
That's a real person.
My apologies?
That would be
the creator of Aviloop. This revelation is huge, as Nadia Marinko was a well-known and extremely successful pilot, which makes Aviloop all the more confusing, as you would think that her involvement in the company would help legitimize it, and make it seem more likely that Aviloop was a real company after all. But instead, it actually did the exact opposite, as her involvement plunges this mystery into a whole new depth, a depth far darker than we've yet to discuss.
Somebody said she's Jeffrey Epstein's pilot. Is she really?
Nah, that nigga bullshitted. Pause the vid, lock in, I'm
Born
locked
in Czechoslovakia
I'm
in
literally locked in, I'm
1986, Nadia dedicated her younger years to modeling, landing multiple high-profile roles in her country. And by the age of just 15, these roles led to her being moved to the United States to help continue this budding career. But by 20, her interest had shifted to a different kind of runway. She became obsessed with flying and had a natural talent for it too, quickly rising through the ranks and gaining certifications faster than most others could at that age.
What the fuck?
For it too, quickly rising.
How do you know what all this shit do and mean? Like, goddamn, nigga. You gotta be super advanced. How do you even fly and land through these low ass windows, my nigga? Holy
through the
shit,
ranks and
boy.
gaining certifications faster than most others could at that age.
Them bitches look blurry as fuck.
Two, quickly rising.
Mind you, is she in the air right now? Taking this picture? Nah, because everything's off. That dumbass question, my fault. But wherever she is, though, why is it covered up and shit?
Through the ranks and gaining certifications faster than most others could at that age. By 25, she was considered extremely accomplished for someone so young, and her resume would soon reach a wider audience when she began leveraging social media.
You know what time it is? You my dog, my brother.
Is this an ad for Aviloop, or is she just on social media? Fuck am I watching?
This weak ass commercial.
She posted videos under the alias Gulfstream Girl and eventually Global Girl, where she marketed herself as a supermodel turned pilot, which worked to the tune of millions of views. Nadia Marinko was a star in the aviation world and on social media too, and it was during the height of this success that she started Aviloop. It clearly wasn't meant to be some big secret either. She actively promoted it on numerous occasions, doing interviews on podcasts and even taking it.
It does make sense if she did start it, because she's a model turned aviation pilot, and all of these people that you could talk to are like models.
To a trade show. If this was a front for something nefarious, she was doing a bad job of keeping it discreet, which seems to back up our first theory. And it would be very easy to settle on that theory and just call it a day, had being a model and a pilot been all that Nadia was known for. You see, there was something that she was hiding from her audience, a secret in the form of a bond with one man whom she was working closely with at the time that Aviloop was launched. A man by the name...
Yeah, what if she said Epstein?
Oh
shit! Nigga, I swear I was trolling. I swear I was trolling. I was trolling, my nigga. I was trolling. What the fuck? Nah, that's not it. Why is everything weird just associated with this nigga? That's funny? Why is that funny? That's not funny. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Stop saying you'll see, nigga. Fuck is you saying? Nah, I don't think she was dead at Epstein. She just close to the nigga. I hope, bro. Nah. Stop looking at me, gang. Switch to the next thing.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Stop playing me, bro. That's
Jeffrey
not
Epstein
it.
has been
That's not
arrested
it.
on new sex trafficking charges.
But do you think he was involved with Aviloop, the website?
Charges of soliciting and procuring minors for prostitution.
He was involved in trafficking young women and children.
What the fuck is this?
St. James.
God, do you think those women in those three women in those videos were people on that island?
In case you're somehow unaware, Jeffrey Epstein is the most prolific pedophile and human trafficker maybe of all time. He carried out a large-scale human trafficking operation, bringing children to his private island that he and other elites exploited in horrific ways.
Yeah, and they also, like, fucking ate people or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, that rabbit hole is, I mean, endless.
It's one of the biggest news stories of my lifetime, and over the past years, there's been so much talk surrounding the acquaintances of Epstein, who is connected with him, and how close were they. But of all these people in Epstein's circle, few, if any, were closer to him than Nadia Marenko.
Wait, what?
It's a difficult subject to discuss, but Nadia is considered one of Epstein's victims. He found her through her modeling job when she was just a teenager.
And she didn't just come to the United States for work. Epstein himself brought her, after allegedly purchasing her from her father.
What followed was not...
Epstein bragged about purchasing her to be his Yugoslavian sex slave.
I don't even know what the fuck that word means, bro. What? Her father, nigga? That's actually disgusting.
During his first incarceration from 2008 to 2009, she visited him 67 times. Following his release, she was documented still living in Palm Beach.
Don't start, bro. Don't. Now's not the time, bro. Please, gang.
State.
Nadia becoming his self-described sex slave. It's a horrible and unimaginable fate. But while Nadia appeared to have been a victim of Epstein, that wasn't all she was.
That's what I'm saying.
As after becoming an adult,
also, most uncanny photo ever, right there. Holy.
She also became Epstein's accomplice. When Epstein was first investigated by the FBI back in the 2000s, many of his victims came forward and claimed that Nadia was not only present for their abuse, but she was a willing participant, there to satisfy Epstein's criminal sexual desires by, on occasion, directly participating in sexual abuse and prostitution of the minor girls.
Well, she had to be flying them around.
Now, Epstein was eventually given a sweetheart deal for these crimes in 2008, which led to him serving just 13 months in prison. And as part of that deal, Nadia was given complete immunity, meaning she never faced any sort of repercussions for her use of children. But despite being a free woman by the time that Epstein was thrown in jail, she stood by his side, living in his New York City home, waiting for his release. And while he was behind bars, Nadia would visit him roughly 70 times. These two were deeply connected, even well
after. I was gonna say, like, at that point, I feel like are they not, like, together, you know? She visited him 70 times in 13 months.
After she was his slave, with Nadia even making a scrapbook for Epstein, which is just so terrifying that I had to at least mention it in this video.
Nah, this shit weird.
What am I looking at?
Bro, this can't be a real thing, bro. How did
It
he
would
get
be
his hands
several
on these
years
shits?
later in 2012,
Nah, that
a
how
time
did he
when
get
Nadia had
his
long
hands on
since
these
left
pictures?
Epstein's home and his control, that Nadia would rejoin his operation, this time with a brand new role. She became one of Epstein's pilots, taking victims and perpetrators alike to and from the island, on the plane they dubbed the Lolita Express.
What happened on the Lolita Express?
Everything that happened on the Lolita Express and his other planes was the same thing that happened in his bedrooms and the massage rooms. The abuse did not stop because we're in the air. Jeffrey couldn't take a 2-hour flight without having to ejaculate. Like, that's how sick this man was.
Nadia Marenko was directly trafficking children for Epstein, and
Bro, that nigga is not a human being. I swear he's not a human being. That nigga is literally evil. He's literally evil, bro. That's not a human being. That nigga's a demon.
she was doing this in 2012, mere months after she started Aviloop.
Not a human being, bro.
Which brings us to our
So, but so then is Aviloop like a front that they're trying to get people into traffic?
third and most upsetting theory.
But how would that even? How are people finding this that are getting lured in? I
feel like it's people that already has inside information, like people that already know about the website and what specific things mean, and they just have the code already. They have the shit broken down. There's worse. There probably is, my nigga.
That Aviloop wasn't a
There
cover
probably
for
is,
prostitution, but rather a front for child trafficking and pedophilia. Nadia's involvement alone and the timing of the company's launch, mixed with all the innuendos, the red flags, it all starts to make sense. And it's made even more disturbing when you look at the videos they posted on YouTube, as one thing I failed to mention so far is just how young these deal attendants look. There's obviously no way to conclusively determine their age from the footage, but some believe that they look to be teenagers, and maybe even underaged, which would make sense for this theory, as the deal attendants wouldn't be prostitutes, but rather child victims.
Yo,
it's a theory
what?
that has to be considered. I mean, as crazy as it seems, Aviloop was quite literally founded and run by a child trafficker who was actively trafficking children when the company started.
And Nadia wasn't the only sketchy character involved in the site behind the scenes.
Epstein himself was as well. The two frequently emailed each other, and in multiple instances, Aviloop was discussed, with Epstein frequently giving her advice. In one email, he wrote to her, "Website is cool, mix of porn, Groupon, and flying. The marketing campaign could be, buy with us, we give a flying fuck." His mentioning of porn here is just...
What the fuck? Yo, bro, this nigga had to go. This nigga had to. I'm not getting. This shit is weird as fuck.
I am not I am more lost than in the start of the video. I am so fucking
because it's too much going on. This shit is so weird. It's like
more
what the
confirmation
fuck?
that Aviloop wasn't just an aviation company, but this also shows that Epstein was helping with the company, and he wasn't just doing this through friendly advice.
Nigga, this was damn near his shit.
Throughout his emails, you can also find
50K.
dozens of receipts.
Please wire Nadia $50K either to Aviloop or to where directed by her.
From transactions with Aviloop, totaling hundreds.
Send $45K to Aviloop. The information contained. Oh my God, is it maybe it is just like a shell of a bit, or like a shill business where they filter money in so they could pay for this like weird sex trafficking shit and have it fronted as like a modeling business.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars of payments sent directly to the
in 2013
company. Jeffrey Epstein was an investor in Aviloop, and a big one too. And he seemed to believe in the service so much that he even appeared to use it himself, as emails show him inquiring about booking flights through the company. Nadia at one point even offered to help Epstein through Aviloop, writing, "Is there anything I can do for you? I can find a deal through Aviloop on anything you want. Airplanes, helicopters, cheapest charters, discounted fuel, or a new model/assistant." She's literally offering Jeffrey Epstein a model through Aviloop, which more than hints at this theory being possible. I mean, she spells it out. And if they were in fact trafficking children through this service, this could give us a blueprint to how they were able to get their victims. Maybe they were finding models and having them fly out under the assumption that modeling is all they would be doing. Maybe
Yeah, but then, like, how did none of them, what, are they dead? Like, how did none of them say anything?
These videos were even their tryouts for their role.
Evo for the 5 subs, bro. Thank you for the gifties.
Which they did without even realizing what was to come. I mean, these women were referred to as models on the Aviloop website. And remember, modeling is exactly how Epstein found Nadia. And it's also how he found so many other victims, as he was known to use the modeling industry as a means of recruiting young and underage women, offering them high-paying jobs and potentially career-making opportunities, in order to lure them in.
As evil as this shit is, like, how did this shit die down? Like, why is nobody talking about this shit no more? And why is, like, nothing happening about it? Like, nothing is happening about it. Is that not crazy? No, not at all, my nigga. I said that shit as trolls. And then I see this nigga in the next fucking picture. Yo, bro, what?
So maybe this...
Yeah, but the Aviloop website
this shit is way worse.
Promoted towards men. That's what I'm... So, like, he's outsourcing
buddy.
Models for Aviloop.
Popping game.
And then they're getting, what, men to come pay to get on a flight and have sex with these girls? Like, I don't understand.
It was all part of the operation. Or maybe Nadia was simply taking a page from his book and using the same style of entrapment that he used on her. It's so disturbing to even consider. And there's one more email that I believe is the most disturbing of all, that could allude to their alleged trafficking. An email with the subject line, Old Harry
where you gotta
coconuts.
like leave and find shit and shit like that.
I ordered sweet young coconuts from Thailand for you, and they just arrived. Very yummy. I was going to ship them to you in Paris, but I hear you are coming back, so I will send them to 71st with Sarah. Just so you don't have to drink juices from old hairy things.
Killed it. Yeah, that's not a good time. Yo, bro, is this not crazy? Yo, this is insane, bro. This shit is dead ass not it.
Yeah, that's definitely not about coconuts, man. I mean, what the fuck type of code ass message.
Epstein was notorious for using code words in his messages, and it's not hard to see what Nadia may have meant by sweet young coconuts. So was it a joke or was it a coded message? It's hard to say, but this email was sent on November 13th, 2011. Just
at 2 in the fucking morning.
2 months after the launch of Aviloop.
Welcome to Aviloop, your collective buying website for anything aviation.
So what was Aviloop? Well, to this day, we still don't have a true answer, but everyone has their theories, and most of them are not good. Many legitimately believe that Aviloop was a front for child trafficking, and I can see why. The connections and the strange material on the website and the channel make this impossible to write off as just some crazy conspiracy theory. And if this theory were to be believed, it makes the Aviloop YouTube channel that much more disturbing, as these videos would be advertisements for a human trafficking service that potentially—
Who the fuck had all this information to break this shit down? You feel me though? How? Nigga, how the fuck did they do that, my nigga? Yo, bro.
actually included the victims as the stars. It's also possible that this was a hub for prostitution, and while sex work doesn't always mean human trafficking, just given the players involved, that would definitely still be a concern. There's also still the possibility that Aviloop was secretly a porn website, like Epstein seemed to suggest in his email, with this content perhaps occurring on those one-on-one video calls. And there was one email that I found that was sent from Epstein's assistant, Stormy Cowles, that makes this feel even more believable, as Epstein asks him what he was—
Niggas can't even say what's good no more. It's just straight bullshit, my nigga. Who the fuck is that, bro? I know Ashton Hall. I don't know Ashton GT, my nigga. Get your bitch ass out of here, gang. Yo, the mods, get him out of here. I literally look nothing like this nigga. We're just black. We're literally just black. I look nothing. I don't have a single face feature as similar to this nigga besides our lips, my nigga. I look nothing like this nigga. And he has locks. Don't start with the not gonna lie shit. Fuck out of here, gang. Niggas be saying anything. I can't.
To which Story responds,
"Just playing online at Aviloop. Pouring rain. Love it. Love it."
The way these people communicate is just so weird and hard to decipher. But
Yeah, it's like they're speaking code to each other. It's just so fucking confusing. Playing online at Aviloop. What the fuck does that mean? Pouring rain?
But playing online at Aviloop certainly seems to suggest that this wasn't just a typical daily deals website. And if porn really was the draw, I think given the secrecy of it and the people connected, I would still be very concerned about where they were getting these actresses, and if they were even of age.
God, don't stop.
Nadia's legal team has pushed back on these theories, claiming she was merely Epstein's victim and nothing more, and someone who allegedly worked at Aviloop claimed that the ad campaign was merely meant to be provocative. And that's all. This just feels so hard to believe. And regardless of which, if any of these...
You can't believe any of this shit. It's like, oh my god. Bro, they made niggas think that Michael Jackson was a PDF file, bro. When he was saving the people. And whatever the fuck was going on here, my nigga. Is that not crazy? And they was going to stick with that agenda because they don't give a fuck. They literally didn't give a fuck. Until it was put out about, like, I guess a little bit of the truth, my nigga. Is that not insane? Bro, this shit is all weird.
Theories are true. It seems so obvious to me that Aviloop was never meant to just be a normal company. I even question if perhaps Nadia had created Aviloop as a fake website, which Epstein could then funnel money into in order to make it look like Nadia was earning legitimate income, something that she needed to prove in order to get her US visa, which her emails to Epstein show she was clearly struggling with. And she seemed to allude to this at least being part of her reasoning for creating Aviloop in the first place, and part of the reason why she was asking Epstein for money. And ultimately, the only way she ended up getting that visa was through a deal that she made with the FBI that involved her informing them on Epstein's crimes. Her work directly helped lead to his 2019 arrest, and his ultimate death inside his jail cell that same year. And it was around the same time that Aviloop went back online with its fresh, scrubbed look, void of anything even close to being sexual. And since then, it's never been updated again. And there's hardly been any updates from Nadia herself either. She made a brief
But is it a functioning business?
appearance in a 2019 YouTube video where she pulled a prank on a flying instructor, acting as an inexperienced student only to surprise the instructor with how skilled she was, with Nadia going as far as to dress as a child. But since then, her trail goes pretty much cold, and once the Epstein files started releasing around 2024, she disappeared from the public eye. Bizarrely, from that point on, the only trace of her seems to have come from images and videos from a monastery, which she seems to have joined. Nadia Mariko's work with the FBI and the immunity that she was given all those years ago makes it feel unlikely that she'll ever be prosecuted, or even investigated for whatever this whole operation was. The reality, though, is that we don't know the full truth about Aviloop, and it's involved in one of the most twisted and deep rabbit holes in human history.
So that's the actual website.
I can't believe this roped back to Jeffrey Epstein.
Nah,
chat.
that ass though.
I clicked on this video assuming that we were going to be just watching like a weird, disturbing YouTube channel, and it fucking roped back to Jeffrey Epstein.
Rabbit hole filled
like,
with
what the fuck?
so many
Bro, this nigga
layers
was
and cover-ups
evil,
and
bro.
corruption that I just hope that somewhere within all of it, we can
I'm not gonna
eventually
call him a
find an
nigga.
answer to the question, what was Aviloop? But until then,
fuck?
it will remain one of the darkest mysteries, not only on YouTube, but across the entire internet.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, like, we're never really getting a full answer there. And then it just fucking flips back to being a regular business now.
not all roads,
like,
nigga.
they've gotten rid of all the sex.
You better slow your ass down all the way. That's insane, though.
Like, what?
Hey guys, I actually have a super last minute update here.
Here we go with
I'd
this
completely finished this video, but there was something that was still bothering me. The question of who were these deal attendants? I initially tried looking for information that could give us an ID, but everything was just wild speculation. But I decided to give it one last look, and I'm glad that I did because I actually think I identified two of them. I found an article that reported one of them as being a woman named Shannon Cusack, which explained that Shannon was actually a friend and maybe even roommate of Nadia at the time that she was starting up Aviloop, and at the time of filming this ad, she was actually in her mid-20s. It seems like she might have just been helping Nadia out at the time with this. She even listed the job on her LinkedIn supposedly, though it's now since been removed. The other deal attendant that I might have found was Ashley, and it was actually thanks to a YouTube comment. And what's interesting about her was that she was a model, but she was also in her mid-20s around the time of filming this. And based on her blog, she continued to have a normal modeling career and seemingly normal life after her time working with Aviloop, before she sadly passed away from cancer. And from what I've seen, there isn't much to hint that she was ever a victim of anything Epstein-related. This is huge because a lot of people were falsely claiming that this girl was Ashley Martinez, a missing girl whose family is still searching for her to this day. But this
Hold on, my nigga. Because they might be fucking right about that one. Let's really analyze this shit though. This don't look like an older version of her. Look at the eyes, my nigga. Nah, that's her. That's her. That's her. That's her. I don't care what niggas say. That's her. That's literally her. Look at the eyes. You see how this shit is smaller and a little slanted? It's the same way for this John. Literally the same eyebrows, bro. Same nose. The same cheek shit right here. Nah, that's her, bro. She just older. She just way older now. Characteristics. She has a scar on her left arm. Oh, they just putting the side to side. Nah, bro. That's definitely her, gang. That's her, bro.
Doesn't appear to be the case.
That's her, man.
The only deal attendant that I wasn't able to ID was Claire, who does happen to look the youngest. But knowing now that these other women were of age, I feel more inclined to believe that maybe the women shown on the channel weren't actually victims.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it more realistically is Jeffrey Epstein was involved and she was trying to get her visa and this is a business she wanted. I think that it was probably a pseudo porn website. And then it kind of transitioned into like a somewhat legitimate business, and that's about it. I don't think it immediately. I understand Jeffrey Epstein, prolific pedophile, sex trafficker, but I don't think anything that he's involved in immediately points to that. I think it is something that's obviously overtly sexual, but I don't think that it has to be. I don't think it was something that would be illegal.
Of the operation, or at the very least, they weren't children. But obviously, I can't.
Or he could launder. Yeah, he might have been able to launder money through this as well.
Say this for certain. And that's not to say that that wasn't happening behind the scenes, of course. This just adds another layer.
Yeah, the sweet hairy coconuts thing. That's very confusing. I really don't know what that email was.
Too far.
Layer to this mystery.
Holy shit. That's not it.
That
Okay,
that
that was the
doesn't
video.
make sense. I don't know. I feel like it could be any of those theories.
To
chat, that was a fucking a good video.